Welcome to Bite-Sized Folklore, the podcast where myths, legends and stories from Scotland and Ireland come alive in under 10 minutes. I'm your host Jodie, and today we're diving into one of the most tragic love stories in Irish mythology, the tale of Deirdre of the Sorrows. It's a story of beauty, prophecy, passion, and heartbreak. Long ago in the land of Ulster, at the court of King Conchobar Mac Nessa, a child was born under a dark omen. The druid Cathbad, known for visions that never failed, prophesied that this newborn girl would grow into a woman of such beauty that kings and warriors would fight over her. Blood would be spilled. Exile, destruction and ruin would follow in her wake. Most urged the king to kill the child in order to spare the kingdom. But Conor had a different plan. He took the girl named Deirdre into his care, raising her in seclusion. Hidden away from the world, she grew up in a forested glen with only her nursemaid, tutor and a few servants for company. Conor's plan? To wait until she was of age and then marry her himself. But fate, and love, had other plans. One snowy winter's day, Deirdre watched a raven drinking blood in the snow. She told her nurse, "I want a man with skin like snow, lips like blood, and hair as black as that raven's wing." That man was Naoise, a young warrior and singer of the Red Branch Knights. When Deirdre finally laid eyes on him, her heart was lost. And so was his. They fell for each other almost instantly. Knowing that Conor would never let her go, Deirdre and Naoise fled Ulster together, along with Naoise's loyal brothers. They journeyed across Ireland and beyond, seeking refuge, always just out of the king's reach. For a while, they lived in peace, in Scotland even, building a new life, a new hope. But shadows from Ulster were never far behind. Years passed. Then came a letter, an offer of peace. Conor promised safe return. He claimed forgiveness and said Naoise and his brothers would be welcomed back with open arms. That night, though, Deirdre had a dream. A warning. 3 birds, their wings dripping with blood. But despite the warning, Naoise, noble and loyal, believed the king's words, and him and his brothers went back. When they arrived back in Ulster, it was in fact a trap. They were sent to stay at the house of Conor's ally, but barred from all water and wine. Deirdre's dread grew. Soon the king's men arrived. Naoise and his brothers were slain, murdered under false hospitality. Deirdre, paralysed by grief, was taken by force to Conor's court. But a woman like Deirdre could not be possessed. For a year, Deirdre lived under the king's gaze. But she never smiled, never spoke, never even looked him in the eye. Conor, angry that he could not break her spirit, decided to give her away to the very man who had killed Naoise. As her chariot rolled along the road to her new captor, Deirdre looked down at the jagged rocks below, and in that moment, she made her choice. She threw herself from the chariot and died on the cold hard stones. Some people say that her heart burst from sorrow. Others claim that she was finally free. The story of Deirdre of the Sorrows is one of Ireland's oldest and most powerful tragedies. Woven into the Ulster cycle of mythology, it echoes themes found in stories across the world. Forbidden love, fate versus free will, the cost of beauty, and the defiance of a woman who would rather die than live without agency. W.B. Yeats and J.M. Synge even adapted her tale for the stage. Her name does live on in ballads, poems, and whispers in the Irish winds. She may have been a pawn in a king's game, but Deirdre chose love, and in the end, she chose freedom. Thank you for listening to Bite-Sized Folklore. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with a friend who loves mythology, and don't forget to subscribe for more legends told in small, powerful doses. Until next time, may your path be clear, your heart be strong, and your sorrows fleeting.